I don't know if you're like me. I kind of hope that you're not, but I'm ambitious. When I was in high school, I determined that I wanted to be wealthier and more successful than my dad. And talk about, just a little bit of pride there. My dad was successful in business, executive vice president of a large a Fortune 100 company. And I thought, okay, so I want to go to an Ivy League school. I want to get great grades. I want to make more money, be more successful. I want people to look at me. And then something happened. I got saved and just thought, man, how could you do anything other than share the gospel with people? This is the most important thing. And then God called me into the ministry. And so at that point, then I wanted to be the biggest evangelist. I wanted to have the greatest evangelistic ministry. But then in college, God started stirring my heart toward pastoral ministry, and in seminary even more so. And so I'm like, okay, so I have to have the biggest church, and I have to be the most successful there. There's a problem with all of those thoughts. And I want to show you in Jeremiah 45 what the problem is. In Jeremiah 45, Baruch is spoken to. It's a very short chapter, but Baruch, the amanuensis, or the scribe of Jeremiah, God has a message for him. You would think, why even talk to him? But he does. He says in verse 5, "And do you seek great things for yourself? Seek them not. For behold, I am bringing disaster upon all flesh, declares the Lord. But I will give you your life as a prize of war in all places in which you will go." Here's what he's saying. Set your ambitions on things above. In Colossians chapter 3, verse 1, it says, set your mind on things above. But you know what? Your ambitions need to be on things that are eternal. Your life is too short to focus on temporary goals, temporary achievements. Almost always, they're for yourself. What do you want for you? What are you trying to achieve for you? Who are you trying to impress is really the question that you want to get to. Who is it that needs to see your name in lights or on a piece of paper or see you as, wow, you really did it? They really love you. The truth is, you're already loved. It's taken me a long time to realize that. I'm loved if nothing happens in my church, if nothing happens in a endeavor that I set out to achieve. I'm okay without that. I have the benefit of my dad, who loves me dearly and is proud of me and let me know that, and always does. But I think that even without that, I would have to find my okayness in God the Father. Because as much as I appreciate my dad's approval, I have to look to my Heavenly Father and say, is he happy with me? And the answer is yes. And he's happy with me because he's happy with his son Jesus. And when he looks at me, he sees Christ. And nothing that I do in ministry, nothing that I do financially or in any other endeavor that I could ever come up with, and I've tried different things, will never, ever satisfy my heart. My satisfaction must come from that walk with Jesus. And the goals that I set, and you should set goals, the ambitions that I have, and you should have ambitions, they ought to be centered around Jesus Christ. What do you want for your family? What do you want for your family in relationship to Christ? What do you want for your friends in relationship to Christ? What do you want for your life in relationship to what that means for the gospel of Jesus Christ? Set your ambitions on those things. Let me read this one more time. Do you seek great things for yourself? Seek them not. Seek them not. Make your ambition Christ.